Hello, and thanks for taking a look at the Players Only Poker Review provided by Gambling666.com. You'll notice right away that it's not just named the Players Only Poker Room, it's actually the Play Aces Poker Room, which is run by Players Only. So they're one and the same, they're not two different brands, it's just one site. And right now we're in the downloaded client. You do have to download the client to play. They don't have you can't play straight on the site, so you'll have to download and make an account. You can find a bonus code and things like that at Gambling666.com. But players only used to actually only be open to U.S. players, an anomaly in the online gaming industry because a lot of sites don't accept U.S. players, a lot of sites do, but few accept only U.S. players. Players only currently accepts players from all around the world, including the U.S. So no matter where you're from, you'll be able to sign up and play at players only. You can see the Babby jackpot right there before it changed. It was around 160,000. Just one of the many benefits that or features that we're gonna be talking about at players only. So right now we're in Texas Hold'em poker tables, obviously. We're gonna filter by stakes. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so you can see some of the different games they have available. Start off at just let's see if we could shift this over. Start off at just 2 cent, 4 cent, and they run all the way up to $50, $100, and there's actually a person sitting. That's a real money table. That one's a play money table. This one's a real money table. $50, 50, 100. So it doesn't go to the nosebleed stakes, but a few players are worried about actually hitting the absolute nosebleed stakes. So if you're playing high stakes, mid stakes, low stakes, small stakes, micro stakes, anything like that, you're going to be able to find a game on players only. So those are the hold'em tables: six max, full ring, heads up. Now the standard triple threat, if you will, of games available on players only is you're going to find pretty much anywhere. Omaha is also available in addition to Hold'em. Of course, Omaha is becoming much more popular. Stakes are similar, starting off at 2 cent, 4 cent, and going up to 5,100. Pot limit Omaha, they actually have limit and no limit Omaha as well. Something that's not all that common. But in addition, they have stud games, a variety of stud games: 7 card stud, 7 card stud high low, Raz, and 5 card draw, or 5 card stud, I should say. You can see the different varieties of the games: pretty standard, no limit, pot limit, limit. Even no limit's pretty uncommon actually. There's no limit games listed right here. But limit, pot limit for the variety of stud games, and then let's go over to some of the draw games: triple draw, 5 card draw, Badoogie, and mixed games. Mixed games, of course, becoming much more popular. You can see the variety. Um, let's see. Let's see. There's shoe, stud, hold'em, Omaha, 8 or better. There's lots of different varieties of mixed games. They're not too popular, not too filled up, but that's what you're going to find pretty much anywhere. However, if mixed games are what you're looking for, Players Only does offer them, so that's a step above what a lot of sites have it, regardless. So those are the variety of games that they have available. We'll go back over to poker, go to the tournaments here. We'll start with sit and goes, and then we'll run over to the actual scheduled tournaments and see what they have to offer there. Here are the private events and things like that. Otherwise, it started off at just 60 cents. The sit and goes, the buy-ins. You can see the T, which stands for turbo. There's the legend on the right. So you can see a bunch of the different varieties on the right of sit and goes they have available, be it bounties or short stacked or deep stacked or whatever. Of course, heads up is pretty standard, rebuys, things like that. You just look for the key here. I see 2x is double up. It's just tell you exactly what it is. So they start off at 60 cents in the sit and goes, and they run up to over $5,000. So literally as high as they are ever going to get online. No matter what limits you're playing, you're going to be able to find a bunch of games running and fill up quickly, which is also important. So as I mentioned, heads up and turbo games and a bunch of different buy-ins from the micro stakes up to the absolute highest high stakes games. So those are the sit and goes. You can see Omaha, Hold'em, 6 max, full ring, 10 player tables, heads up, everything in between. Satellite events to get to tournaments. Of course, many times those are just sit and goes to get into the bigger tournaments. Now we're going to go over to the actual scheduled tournament events. We'll again filter by buy-in. We'll have to scroll down here. I'll see where they actually start off at. There. Okay, so we reverse filtered them really. Okay, so there's the free rolls and private entries and things like that. Otherwise, just 6 cent. They call it the 6 cent, as you see right here. 6 cents, 30 cents, 60 cents, a dollar, a couple bucks. So it starts off very, very small. works its way all the way up to $82 with $5,000 events. So there's no monster tournaments on players only for the most part. It's a site geared towards mid-stakes players, low-stakes players, and lower high-stakes players, which is 99.9% of the poker playing population anyway. So you can see the $5,000 guaranteed events and $10,000 guaranteed, 60,000, things like that. So they do have some really big events and moderately big events, just not overloaded with huge events that would of course also carry huge buy-ins, as the buy-ins top out at just $82. So anyone can play, and you can see they have many different types of tournaments to choose from. So now we're going to go back over here to the cash games and open up a table so you can get a feel for what they look like. Let's do a 6max table. This is a bad beat table, which means if you hit the bad beat here, you would qualify for your cut of the $160,000. See the bad beat written across here. We'll watch a hand or two. There's bad beat actually written across right here, over $160,000. It was 159, I believe, when we originally started. So you can see it grows quite quickly. You'll be able to get a quick feel for how the action flows on players only here. This person's just timing down here. We'll let a couple hands run through, and you'll see just how it works. Players only has gotten much bigger over the past few months. They've almost doubled in size, so there's no shortage of players no matter what type of game you're playing. These particular players, however, seem to be taking a long time with each action. There we go. Okay, so now we finally headed to the flop. We'll see how long they take after the pre-flop play, but you can see. There we go. So that hand's already over. We'll let them deal one more hand. But that's a basic run through of players only. As we mentioned already, they are open to U.S. players, which is one of the main draws to the site. They have a fairly large player base and lots to choose from, in addition to a casino and sportsbook. So give players only a shot, especially if you're from the U.S. And thanks for taking a look at the Gambling666.com review of Players Only Poker Room.